Hey. Welcome back to them Brothers from Inglewood podcast. Once again, coming to you live and direct. Got a great supporting cast today and got an interesting interview with a legend. And I want you guys to like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification button so you will know when we are airing on this particular platform.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Your boy Big Cool, straight out of Watch. Got a straight up legend here. My boy Big Jack. Everybody been wanting to get him on podcasts or whatever, you know. My Inglewood brother, you know, he been calling me wanting to get him. So I went on and hooked it up for him. Everybody can't get him. The legendary Big Jack. I'm gonna step out and let my boy step in.
Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot. I want to first say thanks. Taking time out to just have conversation.
Well, you know, it was hard for me to get the time, you know. I love expressing myself, and especially for our people, you know, because I think if we keep ourselves positively structured and supporting our people, we could come up to good, positive solutions with some of these problems that's going on today.
Tell me about, first of all, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm straight out of South Central. As a young kid, I grew up on 106th and Compton Avenue. Then we moved to 107th and Avalon. And that's why I, resided at for the longest until my mom, just pushing past. We moved to Imperial Central L.A.
Any siblings?
I got everybody's dead now.
Okay.
Everybody's gone on. Only one left is me.
Okay.
The worst one. I wondered to myself, I said, Lord, why did you spare me? And I'm the worst one. All these good, hard-working people. But, you can't question him.
Right. I think one of the surrounding questions for us as black men is your era was an era that, to me, still had the pureness of black consciousness, social awareness.
Tradition.
Tradition
is the word,
What was it like for you growing up in that era, and what were some of the figures from your community that you thought was a significant impact in your life as a young person as well as a young adult?
Growing up wasn't bad for me.
Okay.
I went to elementary, I went to junior high, and I went to Rock High School.
Okay.
Of the first classes to graduate, I was with it.
Okay.
But, we had to go to school. We had to go to church. We had to be in when the streetlights come on. What happened later on in life was the way we chose to do what we did. But it wasn't about you coming home 6 days after you've been gone, smelling like wine, high, talking crazy and disrespectful to your mom and your dad.
Okay.
When the street lights came on, man, you better be in the house.
Period.
I'm gonna tell you something. 4th of July, Daddy would be outside cooking. That night, we would have maybe, which was really some kind of dangerous things to have, was firecrackers. And if you had a cherry bomb, he got a cherry bomb. So, Dad would ignite the fireworks for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
On a 4th of July. He did the fireworks. We watched the display. The neighbors would come over. Whoever had the best display, we'd all run to their yard. Oh man, do I remember?
Yeah.
And watch their fireworks.
Okay.
And we'd have a sparkler in our hand. And they were kind of dangerous then. The sparklers caught the little sparklers.
Catch fire.
Yeah. If we had some firecrackers, man, we better not let our mama and them knew we had firecrackers. Them things are dangerous. What are you doing? Get in here.
Right.
I'm gonna show you what I think of you in these fire. I told you, you can have some sparklers and a little smoke bomb, but you cannot have no firecracker. Cherry bombs.
Right.
Boy, Daddy was coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Not cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Summertime would come, we'd be dead in the center of summer. Everybody would be outside playing. I'll never forget 1965 when we was getting kind of up there then. I was about 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
Temptations. I just did this hit.
Okay.
It's called Michael.
Yeah. Classic.
Geez.
Classic.
I should know about that. It's my favorite one today. So what happened was Ed Sullivan was going to have him on his show. He had a show in the evening. Everybody would rush in. We had a certain time. There was a show, the Flintstones. Monday and Tuesday. There was the Flintstones was Friday night. Wally Gator Thursday night.
Yeah.
Brixie and Dixie the Little Mice. Popeye during the day. We come home from school. We had all these good cartoon shows.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, as I lost my train of thought about what I was telling you.
About the era, the brothers.
About the Temptations.
Yeah.
When they brought the tune on, everybody. I mean, it was like a big studio audio outside. Everybody, we gotta see Ed Sullivan. The Temptations gonna be on there. Everybody, teenagers, teens, rushed to their TV to see the Temptations. And man, they climbed. And Ed Sullivan's ratings went up, and we all started perming our hair, wearing the tinted glasses like David, wanting to wear the continental suits like David and the Temptations. It was a thing, man.
Yeah, I saw, they still run that from the whole time when they was on that Ed Sullivan show. That's a part of some of the history when they first got on national TV like that.
Then he did all the Motown review, but so much for it. We enjoyed, them are the times that we enjoyed. Everybody sat around. And we watched all these different shows that come on TV. Television was really, really television. It is now, but those are the good old traditional stories.
Okay.
That's the way it was, man.
So, would you say at that time, dances and sock hops and stuff like that were frequent at school? Because now you got this new genre of music that's coming in, and you're still a teenager.
Well, I'm like this. The rap music, I mean, they got something that's good. They got some good rap, and all the guys, I respect them for coming up today. A lot of people want to say, I don't listen to that rap, I don't like it. Well, you know what? We're not going to have ballads like the Temptations song, the Four Tops and Supreme. Music changes.
Yeah.
And I think the rap music and the music that's going on today, I think the best of it, because it more matches the kids and children of today. They're more ambitious and anxious and more robust and just more active. So the music is their type of music. Right. So the music matches their time.
Right.
Just like during our time, we were more mellow and kick back and listen to it. So we can't put no separation on the music. It's just that music changed with the time. Yeah. And like I just said, the way the children are today, this is the way the music is. Yeah. It matches it. Yeah. So we're not going to talk them down and put something. Right. And I wish all the youngsters that's doing the rap, I wish them the best. Yeah. I hope they all become billionaires.
Yeah. They're real artistic too. And like you said, versus that time, you had more ballads. You had more, you had a strong message.
In our time, we had a message.
Yeah,
let's really, really look at this. During our time, our music sung a message.
Yeah.
During this time, let's look at it. This music, this rap is saying a message.
It's a message. It's still a message.
It's still a message.
Yeah.
So God bless all the rappers, and I wish them all the best of luck, and all of them keep going, putting out this good rap, and just carry on, with it. Be successful at it.
Did you see more of a connection with families, meaning both parents being in the home and the families developing and thriving. Like you said, you from a 2-parent home, right?
Yeah.
Your mom and dad was in the house.
Yeah. You barely seldom then, not cutting excuse me. But then you very seldom seen one family parent. It was mommy, daddy, or mommy, stepfather, or daddy, the stepmother. But they raised us. We respected them until we got older, and we wanted to start running out in the street, you know. But we got older. But as far as the tradition, it should have never changed, but it changed.
It changed.
You know, the guys growed up, and then things started happening different. The gangs started.
Okay. Was it the gangs that caused this shift, or was it the social consciousness of us as urban people not having what we felt we deserved?
It's a combination. It's a combination of it. We always feel we're old. I can't speak on that, what we owe, because I've always had a fair fiduciary share of what I've done. I've worked, I've got paid, I had good jobs, I went to school, I went to a little college, trade tech for aircraft technology.
Okay.
So, I mean, and who could be any more depleting of having things than I? But I always had. And the children that came up in our ages, we always had advantages to schools and colleges. And there's schools now, but they're different type of schools. But there are schools. If you want it, it's there for you. It's there for you.
Okay, my question is, when did the games start, and what was that like as opposed to what we saw in the 80s, 90s?
You know what? They had gangs back then.
So they had
in the late 30s. They was called the Boozy Boys. They was just like Crips, but they weren't going around just violently at each other like that. It was all about this here, man. In them days, it was about there's a fight, but I'm not going back over there to blow his brains out. Say, me and you fight. The fight's over with, man. Hey, man. Big Louie, Big Arm Jerry whooped on Big Louie, and hey, man, you know, man was just a better man than me. He whooped me. Right. It wasn't about I'm a killer. It wasn't even about that.
Okay. Right.
It was about, hey man, this man was a better man than me from the hands, and that's the way it was.
Okay, I got you. So that other stuff came into play.
So, and I knew Raymond. I knew Raymond very well.
Raymond Washington.
I knew Raymond very well.
What was
Raymond did not start the Crips as to end up the way they ended up.
Oh, that wasn't his intent.
Raymond, that was not his intent. His intent was, we live on the east side and we go to the west side with a party, and then something happens. Somebody gets out of line. We're gonna knuckle it up, and that was it. But as time went on, times got more tense. A youngster couldn't accept getting a behind whooping. It was about, man, I gotta do what I gotta do to him. Revenge.
Okay. Dudes they stopped taking butt whoopings.
Yeah,
they couldn't deal with a butt whooping.
No, they straight stopped. It was embarrassing.
Okay.
See, in school, I had a fight. I had so many knuckle ups. Man, I remember I fought this little guy one day by the name of William Ware. Man, that guy, man, I could work him, but I couldn't get him the way I wanted to. He was short.
Okay.
And I was more built like Tommy Hearns, long arms, skinny, and tall. So I'm steadily fighting him, and he gets up under me and he slammed me to the ground. He tried to work me, and I'm covering up. Right? And we fought from, it had to have been 3 o'clock that afternoon to about about 8:30 at night. That's how long we fought.
Really?
From 105th to 107. 105th to 107. I'm talking about just steadily going. That's how we fought.
Right. Would you say that out of all the things that you was going through and experiencing as a teen, that we were at each other over materials or territory?
As time went on, we had saved the materials. It was my territory. It had grew to the point to where this guy could not walk on that side of the street. Say like this side of Central was Blood side. This side was Crip side. They couldn't go over there, and they couldn't go over there. If they went over there, it's a problem.
But I heard y'all went to school together. I heard y'all knew each other from neighborhood
From
to
kids,
neighborhood.
growing up,
Right.
everybody growing up
Right.
together.
Right.
But it's all about this proving the point that who I am. I'm from this here. We get out of school, you gonna show me where you from.
Okay.
So we take it there. You know, we gone into a completely different era from when I was in school. We had a few gangs, very few. But it wasn't as intense as it was. The school now, like I went to Locke, it's all the bungalows in the parking lot. That used to be a stone clean parking lot. We used to meet with our lowriders, hop our cars in the parking lot, and then we go. But now, they got it all, the gates are where you can't see through them, and they got special classes for the children and all that.
Yeah.
It's totally different, man. It's totally different.
Why did Raymond Washington go over to the west side? Because I heard he used to spend a lot of time at Washington High, and him and Toki Williams ended up meeting. I don't know how they met. I hear different stories. But what made Raymond Washington take that organization or group of friends? I'll just say, why did he take the East Side Crips over to the West Side and mesh with those guys? Because I heard he used to be at Washington quite a bit.
Right. He did. Toki and them weren't really Crips at first. They were Smacks.
Okay.
So when they joined up, then they came together, and Toki said, well, Raymond told him, we East Side, we all Crips, but all be on the West Side, and we'll be on the East Side, you know?
Okay.
I don't try to get to eradicate too much on it, because I really don't know that how they actually met. I understood it was one night on Century Boulevard. Raymond was coming from the east side up the center of Century Boulevard with a gang of guys, man. A gang of them.
Okay.
And I looked, we all lowriders, we was out there, we was at Sportsman's Park, we was sportsmen.
Okay.
I said, man, who was out there? And Raymond leading the pack. Then he met with Toki. He had a couple of guys. I mean, I don't want to say their name because you know, I don't put them out there like that.
Right.
But then that's when he made the initiation. Y'all will be the West Side, we be the East Side. That's from my understanding.
Okay. But like you said earlier,
But if you want to ask
his
me
intent
about Toki personally,
yeah. Did you know him? Did you meet
and
him?
I know him, man, me and Toki lived together. Toki was my brother, man.
Okay.
Kev Mack did one of the nicest interviews on. Kev Mack interviewed Bonnie Williams, and just about 26 minutes down and 3 minutes into that, after 26 minutes, Bonnie will tell you who I was. Me and Toki, man, that was my best friend I ever had in my life, man.
Now,
It hurt me so when Toki was executed, man.
Yeah.
A guy that I actually knew, and I can see Toki looking at me today. Toki seen a love in me.
Yeah.
He knew he had a friend. I knew I had a friend with him. We never ever had a misunderstanding or argument. Toki was
solid.
I mean, to the max, man. You couldn't say nothing to me wrong about me, to me, around me, or near me, or by me. Toki was there. I was the same way with him. Oh man, I can tell you some stories about Toki.
Wow. I mean, you know.
Another great guy, not cutting you off.
No, it's okay.
I get to run in that
No,
way.
go ahead.
Was Craig. Big
Munson.
Craig Munson. Craig,
I was telling
you know, we gotta, I don't care, man, how it goes. We got to bow to Craig. We got to tip our hats to Craig. Craig, from the beginning, when Craig told Raymond he wasn't gonna be with him because he wanted to start the Baby Avenue, he throwed him out, the Crip, the Avenues.
Yeah.
Raymond said he's gonna start the biggest gang, then he started the Crip. But Craig, great guy, man.
Yeah,
nice guy. All the weight lifting and the big arms and the chest.
Yeah.
And I got one thing to say to Craig, my partner. He said he was always jealous of my back. Man, I was jealous of Craig, period, man.
Right.
Big Craig.
Yeah, he was
My
solid.
partner,
I told you earlier,
I love it.
my family, my mom and dad, we lived on 83rd and Hooper.
Yeah.
In that alley. And I was just a kid, but I remember, months and being so muscular, and some of the other guys that used to lift weights with him, and man,
Victor Adams, Victor and John Seals, Craig, and his brother,
because we were there. I was on my father's shoulder.
Very, very well respected guy, Salam. Very well respected guy.
I remember when he got arrested, they came to that house. All these sheriffs that was there surrounding this place couldn't take him out with handcuffs around his back because he was so big. And I'll never forget that image. I didn't understand what was going on. I was a kid.
Everybody lifting weights. I don't care how you look at it. And I look at Arnold and all of them. Arnold's the greatest. He was, even though what happened in time, and he had to do what he had to do. But God is the answer to everything. It starts with Craig. Ain't no way around it. All of us lifting weights. It started with Craig.
He was big.
Craig.
He looked like the Hulk, man. I was like, I was just a kid, but I remember.
Nice guy, man.
Yeah, I remember
nice guy.
those times.
Real nice guy. Love it. He always give me my traditional love when he see me. Big Jack, my partner. Good guy, man.
Wow. So, did you remain in South Central?
Yeah, all my life.
Okay, so
and until I started working for a producer as a bodyguard and chauffeur with Dick Griffey.
Okay.
Mr. Griffey taught me a lot, man.
Yeah, he was a smart man.
I always say Mr. because of respect.
Yeah, he was
when mommy, she raised us, it's Mr.
Yeah.
When you work for him, it's Mr.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's white or black, it's Mr.
Yeah.
That's what my mama was. Dick Griffey, he had the Whisper, Shalimar, Lakeside, Good Function.
Yeah.
He worked with Stray and Suge and all of them in Park. And Riff was the man,
So looking at this day and time, I know your heart has to go out for how the gangs just ravage the neighborhoods and start hurting each other. What would you? Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. I'll just ask it after.
No, go ahead, finish.
What would you say to these guys that are coming through re-entry programs, young guys that are still active, that think that this is the way to go? I mean, what's your take on that? What would you suggest?
I'm going to say that to say this. I'm a man of God. Jesus said before he comes again, man's love for one another will wax cold.
Yeah.
It's really happening. It's no way out of this. Unless through Christ.
Unless God changes.
Yeah.
Unless Christ just, change. It's okay. Just change the entire complexity of it. I get that. I understand.
I'm a God-fearing man. I love the Lord with all my heart, all my soul, and all my might. I say that to say this to the youngsters. Get in church. Read your Bibles. Learn the love of Jesus. How he went all through Capernaum to Galilee, doing things, helping people, healing the sick. Only way out of this is through Christ, because we all gonna leave here.
Yeah.
And you can believe it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that to say this. The next voice you hear when you wake up is gonna be Jesus asking you, "What did you do for me down there?" You can't stand in front of him on that day, because he's coming. He's not gonna let this world keep going like it is. And when he comes, you're gonna either have been with him or against him. He's gonna ask you one question: "What did you do for me down there?" And you better be on his right side. And I say that to all the youngsters: get your hearts right with the Lord, man. Go to church. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It don't take but you, or either you and one woman. If you have a little family, marry, live right. Get your soul together, man. Because it says in the Bible, bring up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. You want to bring your child up to where you don't have no reflections of what you did. He wants to be able to see his daddy as that man, his mama as that mother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I just appreciate you taking the time to just allow us to, sink into some of the things that you've seen over.
We as time go on, I really appreciate you coming to me and wanting to do this. As time moves on, there's other things we can talk about. We go deeper and deeper.
Of course.
But you know, I enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's a good introduction, man. And again, you know, being able to sit with you, I've heard so much about you.
All that bad stuff, all that bad stuff,
and I really didn't hear
all that. Man, don't believe it.
I didn't hear that bad. I didn't
Don't
hear
believe
nothing bad.
I'm a good guy. I go to church. I serve the Lord. I love people.
Your life has changed.
Yeah.
But I never heard that you were an active gang member. And
No, I never.
I never heard.
I never was a gang member.
Okay, so you weren't actually
I
in the
love
gang.
the Crips.
Okay.
I love the Bloods.
Okay.
You know, and my young Mexican friends, I loved them, and they all love me. I never had no problem. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Were you ever incarcerated?
Yeah, I did time. I don't even like to talk about it.
I
I
understand.
did a little 3 years, got out, kept it way down low. I don't speak on it.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
You know, they have time. You 18 months and you're home.
Yeah.
But you know,
Gotcha.
you don't have to send me back in there 7 and 8, 9, 10, 20 times.
You
40,
understood.
50.
You got the message.
Yeah, I got the message from
I
the
hear
first
you.
time. So,
I hear you.
you know, that's where it was with me. Yeah.
Well, you know, again, thanks for tuning in. You know, them Brothers from Inglewood podcast. We had an exceptional interview with Big Jack, you know, South Central legend, who laced us with some knowledge, and we're gonna have him back. You know, we're gonna talk about some other things. Obviously, he's super knowledgeable and experienced, and so I just appreciate the time that you guys spent with us. Look for us, like, subscribe, share, ring the notification button. We'll see you soon. Peace. We out. Man, great.